In this video, we're going to talk about the latest leaks of the DJI NEO 2, which revealed the curiosities, specs, and prices of this small but powerful drone. Now that the hype around the Mini 5 Pro launch has settled, all eyes are turning to DJI's next release, and everything indicates it will be the NEO 2. In fact, we've already seen it being tested a few months ago, and more recently, the label that goes on the drone was leaked, giving us several interesting clues about its specifications. Let's analyze each one to discover the new features. The first version of the DJI NEO was released in September 2024, and it became a huge success thanks to its versatility, portability, durability, safety, and above all, its affordable price. The NEO is an extremely versatile drone. It's perfect for beginners entering the drone world, but it also appeals to casual users who just want a convenient drone for selfies, as well as to advanced pilots who enjoy performing more daring FPV-style maneuvers. The NEO 2 is expected to follow the same selfie drone concept as the first version, featuring an ultra-compact and lightweight design, but with some enhanced features to address the main complaints from users, such as short battery life, propeller noise, difficulty maintaining position in low-light environments, and limited wind resistance. But let's start by analyzing the new details found on the NEO 2's label. The first interesting thing I noticed was this warning indicating that the product features a Class 1 laser. This means that, according to international safety standards, the radiation emitted by this laser is safe for human eyes. I had already seen a similar label on the DJI Flip, so logically, we can conclude that the NEO 2 will feature a similar distance measurement system. Likely a 3D infrared obstacle detector with a range of up to 8 meters. This detail sparked my curiosity about the new design of the NEO 2, since we know that the NEO 1 is an extremely compact drone, leaving no space on the front to fit a sensor. Therefore, a possible solution would be to add a small bump on the top of the drone, creating space to position this new infrared sensor. There is also other evidence supporting this theory. For example, the leak of the first NEO 2 image appeared subtly in a video posted by Igor Bogdanov, where the main topic was the Avata 3. 2 days later, Jasper Ellens mentioned that the NEO 2 has different propeller guards, but what caught my attention most was DJI's effort to attach these parts with adhesive tape, which suggests there is something important to hide on the top of this drone. In July, Mauro Tandoi posted a video showing field teams testing the Mini 5 and the NEO 2. By zooming in, you can clearly see 3 NEO 2 prototypes. It was the first time we saw it without any disguise. The image quality isn't great, but we can now notice some design details, and it's clear that the front section is larger than the rear, which supports the suspicion that the NEO 2 will have a raised section to house the anti-collision infrared sensor. Another very important detail on this label is the confirmation that the NEO 2 will have a higher capacity battery, 1,606 mAh, which equals 11.5 watts. Comparing this with the NEO 1 label, we see it had 1,435 mAh, or 10.5 watts, giving it a theoretical flight time of 18 minutes. Therefore, using these figures as a reference and making a simple calculation, we can estimate that the NEO 2 will have a theoretical flight time of approximately 19.7 minutes. This would represent an increase of only 9.5%, or 1 minute and 40 seconds. However, there's a very important detail we need to consider: technological evolution. As we recently saw with the Mini 5 launch, DJI worked magic. Compared to the previous version, it became bigger, faster, more wind-resistant, added a LiDAR sensor, and a 1-inch camera. Yet, despite all these new features, it practically maintained its weight and even gained more flight time, thanks to a lighter and more powerful battery. Certainly, DJI will leverage all this technological potential in the NEO 2, adding new features more efficiently and making the most of the extra battery power, which will ultimately result in longer flight time. I believe it will achieve around 20 to 23 minutes of autonomy. On some Chinese websites, it's already possible to buy adapted 2,500 mAh batteries, which are slightly larger and weigh only 30 grams more, but can almost double the flight time. This proves that technically, it would be possible for DJI to increase the Neo 2's flight time to around 23 minutes. There's also a lot of expectation for camera improvements. Currently, the Neo doesn't perform well in low-light environments, as it has a half-inch sensor with 12 megapixels, capable of recording in 4K at 30 FPS with a maximum bitrate of 75 megabits per second. Therefore, the expectation is that the Neo 2 will feature a 1/1.3-inch sensor, like the Flip, with 48 megapixels, capable of recording in 4K at 60 FPS with a bitrate of 150 megabits per second. The gimbal of the Neo 2 is expected to maintain the same single-axis concept as the first version, since adding more axes would significantly increase both weight and complexity. However, with a larger sensor, it will be possible to fully take advantage of the electronic features, such as more powerful stabilization and higher resolution for vertical shots, delivering stunning videos optimized for social media formats. One problem that needs to be addressed in this new version of the Neo is the lack of stability during night flights or in indoor environments with low light. In such conditions, the drone becomes unstable and can lose orientation, as the current sensors are quite basic and only work well in well-lit environments at low altitudes. To solve this, DJI could add a LED on the bottom of the Neo 2 or upgrade the entire positioning system with more advanced optical and infrared sensors. Another common complaint from users is the sharp and annoying noise of the Neo, which is caused by the size and shape of its propellers. There are some videos online showing alternative propellers with more blades that reduce the noise. DJI has extensive experience in this area and will certainly be able to provide a solution for the Neo 2, just as they have done with the Phantom and Mavic series. One aspect that doesn't need much improvement is the transmission system, since the Neo 1 already uses OcuSync 4, which offers excellent power and stability. However, it couldn't take full advantage of this system, due to the limited battery life. Therefore, the Neo 2 should keep the same transmission system, but with more efficient use of battery energy, it will reach farther, significantly increasing its range. With all these improvements, the Neo 2 would certainly gain a bit of weight, which would actually be beneficial, since it currently weighs only 135 grams, making it very vulnerable to wind. With the new features, it could reach around 180 grams, helping it stay more stable in winds up to level 5, while still remaining DJI's lightest drone. Despite all these improvements, the Neo 2 cannot lose everything that made the first version a success, such as the multiple control options. Therefore, it should retain the pre-programmed movements via the drones button, control through the app's virtual joystick, voice commands,
"Hey Fly, take a droney,"
and remain compatible with all current FPV devices, such as the DJI FPV Controller 3, RC Motion 3, and the latest goggles like Goggles 3 and Goggles N3. Official prices haven't been released yet, but there are rumors that the drone-only kit, without the controller, will be sold for around $230, and the Fly More combo, with the RC-N3 controller, will go for about $330. The expected release is mid-November. As soon as more information becomes available, I'll make another video. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.